growing in containers is a great way to expand your growing area whether you have ground to grow in or not. We're going to put a pepper in a container. Now, growing peppers can be done in the ground or in a container. Peppers are a heat-loving plant. They're a tropical plant, so as much heat as you can give them, in addition to adequate moisture, they're going to love. Now, we're doing it in a 5-gallon grow pot here from Rootmaker, or it's a Root Trapper 2 is what the industry term is used. We've got some certified leaf compost in it. We're going to go ahead and plant this pepper. Peppers, you don't want to plant them deeper than really what they're in the container. You can go a little bit, but they're not going to put roots on like they will, like a tomato will. So we'll get it out of the container here. It's root bound because it was in just a regular plastic container. Loosen the roots up. Now we're going to add a little fertilizer to this just to help everything along. Mix that in. Now when you're planting this pepper, you see this one leaf here, we're going to go ahead and pop that off because we're going to bury it just slightly below the 2 main lower branches here, just to add more support to that. There will be a small amount of roots that will develop down here, but nothing like a tomato will. So we're not going to bury it, all the way stem deep. If you see any buds on the top, go ahead and pop them off because they're just going to fall off anyway due to the stress of the transplant, and you're just going to help the plant along to allow itself to establish where its new living conditions, and then it will put on fruit when the time is right. So we're just going to bury it. There we go. Backfill. Put just a little bit around the stem, and then we're just going to use some leaf mulch here. If you have straw, that'll work well. Dry grass clippings is another great alternative. This is just to help hold the moisture in. And since we're using good compost, we wouldn't have any weeds to suppress, but that also is another way you can suppress weeds if you're using your own compost and your compost pile hasn't hit a temperature of 170 degrees to 3 consecutive days to kill off the seed germination. So growing peppers in a container is another way to expand your growing conditions, whether you have ground to grow in or not.
For more information, please visit thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com.